or Twitter.
Yeah, so we're live, Rob. So how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. I didn't know we were live yet, so that's good. Uh, but no, I'm doing
it
well.
is a little after 12:30, so
Well, I know, but we're usually late anyway. So, but I'm doing well. How are you?
If I get up, I'm missing my coffee somewhere.
Okay, that's fine. I got my Powerade in front of me, so I should be good.
You have a better drink than I do half the time.
Yeah, usually. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing a mock draft. I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, I am too. So how are we going to do this? Are you going to do Raw or am I doing SmackDown?
Well, that's what I was going to do. I was going to flip a coin, but I don't have a coin in front of me. So I was going to since it's your show, I'm going to let you pick.
That's a bad pick because I already stated last night I wanted SmackDown.
Okay. My memory sucks. So yeah, you get SmackDown then. The other thing I was going to say is let's keep the champions the same. We'll just keep them on the same show for now. Would that work for you?
Yeah. Are we doing are we going to do this where it's going to be like the NFL draft? We're going to do like 15 picks per round, or we're doing 5 picks per round?
We're going to do so what we're going to do is the first 15 picks is going to be like you, then me, then you, then me. But once we get to 15, because Raw has a little bit of a bigger roster, we'll start doing I'll start doing 2 picks after 15. Actually, we should do it after 20. That way it's more probably more balanced and fair. I basically looked at the roster being about maybe 12 more than SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll go that route. And I'm still working on sending you an email. So we'll go that route.
Yeah, and if you email me, I'll use my phone. So, okay. But we're trying something a little different. If you see the thing in the corner, StreamYard, someone suggested I try this, and I figured it's a little different than using OBS kind of thing. At least people can hear us, so compared to last night. But with the rosters being in there, who do you think that WWE will put on as the number 1 pick for each one, since we're excluding champions?
Well, that's a good question. I really don't know how they're gonna do it. I kind of think we'll see I could see them doing a surprise pick, like somebody that's been gone. I could actually see somebody like Charlotte Flair get picked right away. I could see that. It wouldn't surprise me if we see somebody. It wouldn't surprise me if we get somebody from NXT. I know they haven't really advertised, and NXT is not part of it, but I think that we will see somebody from NXT or a couple people from NXT come up. And I could be completely wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Well, it should be interesting anyways, but SmackDown, I'm waiting for the list, but SmackDown is on the clock. And the best thing about this site that you could have a ticker going on. So guess what? We have a ticker.
All right. So I'm going to actually send you the link through Twitter because I'm having an issue with my email, of course.
Yeah, everybody's having issues.
Yep. So I just sent it to you through a DM. So you should have it. Basically, just in case you want to go along with us, I'm doing what I usually do. If I have a question, I go to Fightful.com and then go to the resources page. Pretty much anything you want to know is right there. Sean and his team do a really good job at making sure that's updated. And it's not only just like the rosters. They have pretty much everything. They have contracts from what's known. They don't just guess. They go with what's been reported by either the wrestler or WWE or AEW, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a really good place for resources. I definitely recommend, if you have questions, you always check that site out. Otherwise, cagematch.net is another place that can pretty much get you anything you need.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. SmackDown's on the clock. I wish I had a clocker on this thing. It's the first time we're using this, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. Looking at this whole roster, and I already know who I wanted to start with excluding champions. As much as everybody's going to want this, it's going to be a left field pick, and for me, it's kind of a homer pick. The other question I forgot is injuries. Do they count as picks?
You, depending on how long they're out, sure. I mean if it's somebody like
Edge or
well, even Edge is fine. I guess the only person I'm trying to think who's out with an injury I mean, it's not an injury by any means, but let's say like Becky Lynch. I don't think Becky Lynch should be picked, because we know she's not going to be back until next year, hopefully. And she might not be. That's just me speculating. So I don't have any idea what she's planning on doing. So, but I would say somebody like Becky Lynch, I would say we should avoid. The other thing I was going to say, and I just remembered, is I think Retribution should stay on Raw. And if that has to be my first pick, that's fine. But just based off the reports that Retribution will only be on USA, we can go from that route. But I just wanted to make sure that was said.
All right. So I'm going to set this. Edit. All right. So SmackDown for the first pick, since champions are excluded. And SmackDown is picking the former dual NXT champion, the man who has the Genki Dama, as it's translated in Japanese. Keith Lee is the number 1 pick for SmackDown.
Okay, nice. That is a great.
You got Roman, and the thing is, you'll have Roman against him. That'll set up multiple angles. If Riddle stays on there, it'll set up a different angle for that Riddle Lee match that some people wanted in NXT.
I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background, so I apologize for that. But she's having a fit, so that's a good pick. Keith Lee, man, I'm a big fan of his. So you are going with Keith Lee. Mm-hmm. And I have to go with my guy, AJ Styles.
That's a good one.
My guy. He's but yeah, that's who I'm going with. I'm gonna go with the savior of Raw.
Well, AJ's a good pick nonetheless. It's gonna be fun to see how things are going. Are factions considered a whole thing or no?
Yeah, I was going to say factions are a whole thing.
All right. I mean, well, champions are excluded, and I know SmackDown definitely needs a really good women's division to start with, and it's kind of hard to choose. Is NXT included in this?
Yeah. How about we do this? We each get 3 NXT picks.
Okay.
I think that would probably, or maybe we should go down to 2. But it's up to you. We can do 3 if you want.
Well, in order to keep this feud going and make it a lot more fun, as much as you're probably thinking of drafting her, and I'm going to take the hometown girl, Boston's finest, the boss, Sasha Banks.
Okay, well, that's not cool, but whatever. Oh, damn you. That was my 3rd pick if she was available.
This is getting fun.
Yeah. It is a blast.
If NXT does draft, then this is going to be a lot more fun than we thought.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I know they're not part of the draft, but I think we'll definitely see some people get drafted. I think WWE has dropped the ball on this person, and I think they could actually be the face of this company if there's a couple of things that he has to work on. But I think the face of the WWE in the future is none other than Ricochet. So I'm going with Ricochet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And that's the thing, man. They should. I just he could be their guy if they put the effort into him. I really believe that.
Let me think. Now, the question I have is Bray also connected to Alexa, or no? Are they separate?
Right now that gimmick, that storyline's going, so I'm willing to include it.
Okay.
So I'll give you Bray and Alexa.
No, I'm just thinking outside the box. Actually, let me think. I'm trying. It's really difficult when you get further into this.
Yeah, I know.
A little bit.
Oh, it's definitely. I did like somewhat of a mock draft last week with Hannah and another one of our friends. So it was interesting, but we included NXT, but that's because we had 3 people going, but it was fun.
Yeah. Trying to think. God.
No, he's not available.
There's so many good people down in NXT too. I'm trying to think, who am I high on? And EO's out of it because she's a champion on that brand. Yeah.
And before I forget, it was Dre. He goes by Dre Horizon on Twitter. So he's a good dude. I like him.
Trying to think. Come on, Pat.
You said Pat Buck?
No, I'm saying me. I'm trying to think.
He was a good wrestler. But yeah, I know. I'm just curious.
I mean, the one person in NXT that I would pick just because on the men's side it would make more fun to see both of them go on. And this is, since we do in 2 NXT picks, okay. This Smackdown is a proud guy, and you'll see this in a second.
Who are you going with?
Big boy. Very big boy. Bronson Reed.
Okay. Wow.
2 beefy son of a bitches.
Well, I got to go with 3 of the most entertaining guys in the WWE, and I'm going to go with The New Day.
I figured you would go that route.
I needed to. I need the future champion in Big E. I want Big E to be the future champion. I don't know how long it'll be, but I think he has it, and let's go with it.
All right. Should put which brands these are all going to, huh? Instead of the names. Well, yeah, everybody will know.
I'm keeping track too. So.
All right. So actually, that would make more sense. Back-to-back NXT picks. So we need a really good women's division in this. Probably even out because you got Bayley and Sasha. You've got, you need someone who has a top tier. And people are saying Bianca should go there, but that's not my route. I'm going to take Rhea.
Okay. Nice.
If I could spell.
Rhea Ripley, man. And I read the other day that Triple H, I guess, told, or maybe she said it in an interview, that Triple H told her she would be like the biggest star within 5 years, and I could see that happening for sure.
The nickname I got on there on the scroller is going to be fun to see. AKA Android 18.
Nice. Yeah, she's awesome. I like her a lot. You just said her name, and I think that's probably the right call for me. I'm going to go with Bianca Belair myself.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
See the video that was posted last night of her, like when back in her track and field days?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
That was
God.
insane.
I replied in a tweet. I can't even drive that fast.
I can't even do that quick. By the way, I'm not in a jersey, just to let people know. This is like my Saturday best kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I got two of the top women in there. I've got pretty good stacked. I've got to go a tag team just because that would make more sense. And the only good tag team that's out there, and if we're gonna keep the same thing going, is we need the Usos.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's the thing too. Do you see the Usos and Roman forming a stable?
That's the rumor.
I kind of hoping it happens. I know some people aren't, but I think it'd be good. I really do.
You see what the bump posted right now? They have people who are injured on their list, so we can figure that out.
You watch that show a lot?
What, the bump? No.
Yeah, I watch it here and there. I actually kind of enjoy it.
What's really good right now is the Uncool series that they do.
Mm-hmm.
So, it makes more sense that way. But I believe you are on the clock.
Okay. Well, no, you took the Usos.
And then what I'll do with the chat is that I'll people. I'll start typing in which brands they are, in a few minutes. But name wise, the ticker is the way it is.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is we'll go side to side with, if I could find the bumps one. But if we're gonna do the way they did it, then this is gonna be fun.
Okay. I think I have no choice, but I have to do this because I think he's the best on the whole roster as far as in the ring. I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So the big question I have is that this would have been my number one pick overall if not. The question is, does pregnancy count?
Well, that's what I said earlier. I don't know if we should do Becky Lynch because she's going to be gone a while. But I'm willing to let you. If she does need a brand, so if she comes back, because if they do the yearly thing, she might actually be back. But that's I didn't say John Cena or the Undertaker because
those are not going to happen. But Becky will probably be back, maybe the latest April, May kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. And yeah, if you want to, that's fine. I'm like I said, I wasn't gonna do it, but by all means, you can.
Well, if that just in a nutshell, I have 3 of the 4 horsewomen.
Yeah,
that makes that division completely stacked.
Yeah. So if you want to go with her, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna ruin your 4 horsewomen and take Charlotte.
I knew you were gonna go for Charlotte, but I figured if I take 3 of them eventually,
But they still need to have I want a 4-way match between those 4. That needs to happen. The problem with Vince McMahon is he does not give us the matches that we should get. Sometimes, and the big ones, that is one of them that I think we need eventually.
Looking at this whole thing, Lee, men's side, Bronson on the man's side, Usos, you've got Bryant. I'm going to break up that feud right there that you got on your side, the best feud you've got. I've got the man, the killer,
bitch,
Randy Orton.
Yeah, I don't like you anymore.
I got to do another ticker just because it's 200.
And I was that was why I took, that was my next guy, but I took Charlotte because I do not want you to have the 4 horsewomen.
So there's probably going to be another banner ticker going on right now underneath this.
You're an evil person. All right, so my turn here.
I just put Orton to save the room.
And this is a pick that it's another person I think is amazing in the ring. And I think there's a lot of potential with him still. And it might be early to pick him, but I'm going to do it anyways. Andrade.
Yeah, that's good.
I got to keep.
Well, you got to keep them together, yeah.
Yeah, I got to keep Charlotte happy, because if she's not happy, nobody's happy. She runs that show. No, I'm kidding. But she is awesome. I do love Charlotte. She's great.
Actually, no. I know what I'm going to do. After last night's Raw, Monday's night's Raw, this has to happen. And this will be a big deal. Strowman. I'm taking Braun.
Okay. Braun Strowman. So he's staying on SmackDown, huh?
Yeah. So this ticker is not going to go exactly like a normal ticker because the site only allows 200 characters.
Okay.
So eventually what we'll do is I'll just click on each ticker as it goes. All right. So we have 15. Do you want to just do like a regular 30? Might as well. We're moving, chugging along. Yeah. So your pick on 16.
Let's go. You know, the thing is Seth Rollins has been on Raw for so long that I kind of want him to go to SmackDown eventually. So I want him to be separated because I think he's going to be really cool too. And he's definitely one of my favorites to watch. I got to go with Buddy Murphy.
That was going to be one of my next ones. So this is a huge, huge thing after Monday Night Raw. And it would be awesome just to have you keep them. There is no salvation without retribution. It includes all members and Ali.
I don't like you anymore.
This is your idea.
Yeah, I know, but it was a bad one. What do you think of that? I haven't really been able to talk to you since that. What was your thought process?
I was ecstatic. I thought they were going to go with the hacker, and it looks like they are going to mesh both of those into it.
I hope so, because it wouldn't be hard just to say that, like to throw that into the story and just throw it in the story. And if you don't want to keep it, you don't really ever have to talk about it again. Just say that, you know, they just kind of. I really hope they tie it in, but we'll see. Well, if you're gonna take them, I gotta take the saviors of Raw, the people that were not afraid of retribution, who would go after them and protect their brand. I have no choice other than retribution, or not retribution. Wow, I just messed that all up. I'm talking about this. Damn it, the heart business. Yeah, the heart business, the hurt business. Man, I can't even talk. I just ruined all that. That was great. Damn it. But yeah, her business is, I'm keeping those guys. MVP has been outstanding this year. And that, I guarantee you, if you were to ask Vince McMahon who surprised him the most this year, I would be willing to bet it's MVP.
James O'Rourke says Rhea to Raw. That kind of didn't change with this draft that I got her. We have MC right here saying that they'll probably have people that are sent to the main roster. The pandemic gets drafted instead of the people coming up now. So what do you think of that?
That makes sense. it makes sense to an extent. There's just so many people that I don't really know how they can balance it to an extent.
Yeah, it would probably make more sense than anything. What is it? I put 16 and I didn't save it. Sorry. I had Retribution. You had.
And you want to know the main reason why I took the Hurt Business is Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
You see Ricochet and Apollo joining Retribution?
No, I really don't. I don't think they will. I think they'll be better off as tag teams.
I was kind of hoping they would. They kind of would be, but yeah.
Well, this is I've kind of noticed you haven't thought of this, and even though I have the Usos, all I gotta say is we want the smoke. I'm taking the Profits.
Aren't they the tag team champions on Raw?
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about main champions, not all champions.
Oh no, I was just talking champions stay.
Okay. Then that's excluded.
Yeah, because I honestly would have picked them before Andrade.
Then let me step back.
Plus, I got to keep Bianca happy.
Yeah,
she's gonna be the future of Raw. So,
well, if you want the future of Raw, then I want the future of SmackDown.
Arturo Rojas.
And this will make so much sense because he is on nuclear fire. I want Dom Mysterio.
Nice. I think he's going to be a big star too eventually. I mean, he still has a ways to go, but I do see it. I think they got to get him away from Humberto though.
Yeah, I think.
And that's I don't have a big problem with Humberto. It's just he just seems kind of. They're not giving him a chance really. He just seems kind of like he's kind of just like there, he doesn't. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm not a big fan of his character. He's a hell of a wrestler, but.
So I'm going to run down the Bumps draft for their top 10 picks, okay?
Okay.
They have Raw, Reigns, Charlotte, Cesaro, Nakamura, Orton, Drew, Lee, the women's tag, Baszler and Jax, Bailey, and Sane. Since champions don't count for us, they put SmackDown has Kofi and Xavier, so they're separating the New Day, Hurt Business, Street Profits, Usos, Miz and Morrison, Bianca, Naomi, Asuka, Andrade, Garza, and Vega. What do you think of that order that they have for those?
Well, I don't see the New Day ever splitting up unless they let them, unless they let Kofi and Xavier hang out with Big E, like here and there on Raw, you know what I mean? But other than that, it's pretty good. I just don't see them ever splitting up with New Day. And I think New Day has talked about that they won't split up. So, I mean, everything, it can always change by any means. I mean, if Vince is Vince, he can do whatever the hell he wants. So,
yeah, a boy Tim Trevor says that AJ Styles should be down in NXT if it's a third brand.
Oh, I would totally do that because I think there's so many matches that I would agree with that. That's actually, if somebody goes to NXT, that is actually the guy I want because I actually think, and I agree with Tim, he could have some great matches
down there,
and it would actually, if you think about it, it would actually kind of help with their ratings, I think, because you could get matches like AJ versus Adam Cole. You could get AJ versus Finn Balor. You could just keep going down the list. There's so many guys. Hell, I would love to watch AJ and Roderick Strong go at it again. You got Ciampa, so many people. And yeah, I would, if that happens, if there's one wrestler that goes down, and I don't consider it a down anymore. If there's one, like it's a major show, I would actually love for Edge to go, or not. God, I can't even talk. AJ Styles to go.
And you know what I realized, speaking just sidetracked because me picking Retribution, I picked up 2 women's wrestlers at the same time.
Yeah, Mia,
which is Mia and Mercedes, which makes that women's division even stronger.
Yep.
Raw is up with the 19th pick.
Well, I would feel bad if I don't pick him because he's one of my favorites to watch, and I think he's really damn good. I have to go with none other than Kevin Owens.
SmackDown's number 28th pick with the uncool one. Considering it's right now with this gimmick, as we established, it's 2 for 1. I'm taking Bray Wyatt with Alexa Bliss.
Okay, well, damn it.
So I'm stacking the men's division a lot more stronger because you look at it. I have Lee, Bronson Reed, right?
Yep.
I have the Usos, and then I have Orton. You then in this bottom half of the draft right here. Come on. In this bottom half of the draft, I have Strowman, and then you have the Hurt Business. I have Retribution, Dom, and now Bray. That is a stacked men, and it keeps the women's balanced at the same time.
Well, I agree with that, but I'm going to go with the future of the females division, and I'm going to go with Sonya Deville.
Come on, we're here. Just going to put Sonya.
Yeah, and you just took Braun and Alexa.
I put Bray.
Or sorry, man, I am struggling today.
It's okay. I think I typed in the order wrong, but hey, it's the same. SmackDown with the 21st pick, since you picked Sonya, I'm picking Mandy.
Well, you're a horrible person because that was my next pick. Well,
Raw has the 22nd.
In a make-believe world, I think me and Mandy Rose would be a great couple. So I can't let her stay with Otis. So I'm going to take Heavy Machinery.
That's awesome.
Because I'm pretty much like Otis. I just don't have that "oh yeah" type thing. I always crack up at that because it's because when he does it with a Midwest kind of accent. Like he's from up here, like in Minnesota. Well, he's lived in Minnesota. But he's from Wisconsin, I believe. But that's pretty much the same damn thing when it comes to the accents. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Heavy Machinery. I think that would be a wise call for me.
Since they're a combo right now, and I know you'd get upset for this. I want to start a riot. I take the Riot Squad, Liv and Ruby.
Okay, well, I'm going to log off now. God, damn it. You got to stop picking my people. That was my... I don't like you.
Number 24.
I need... There's a dream match that I have, and that match, one of them, is AJ Styles versus Edge. So I'm going to go with Edge.
That's not bad.
I think that would be an outstanding match one day.
Oh, that would be a killer match. So, all right. So let me see. Put that ticker going, and then Rhea. I'm like trying to think in my head. The women's division is pretty stacked. Men's division is pretty stacked. I wish they were still a part of WWE because that would have been my number one pick, and it would be shocking everybody. I would have picked FTR.
Oh yeah, that's if FTR was still around, they would have been picked probably before
Everybody.
Daniel Bryan. I would have probably picked them right after Bianca. They are my favorite. They are the only tag team that reminds me of the Hart Foundation and the Brainbusters. They remind me of both teams. That's how damn good they are. And I think those are actually two of their favorite tag teams, which is pretty cool for them.
This is one that would be awesome. Actually, if I go this route, I'm going to have to. So I have the perfect way to strengthen the women's division even more. And this is going to be killer because you'll have on SmackDown Sasha, Becky, Rhea, because of Retribution, Martinez and Mia, Alexa Bliss. Right, that is a pretty good deep stacked division.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the Riot Squad, which is Ruby and that. So there's 7 top tier women on SmackDown. If she's coming back, I need that A1 star that goes with Becky. I'm taking Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
What was your pick? You had 24. What was your 24? Oh, Edge.
Yeah.
And the reason being Ronda is that will bring Fox, since I have Fox as my television deal, that will bring more star eyes on Fox than anything, because you have a match you could have with Becky and Rousey. You have a possible match where you could have, Sasha, Bailey, and Ronda in a 4-way. There's multiple ways you can make these matches, a lot of story, intricate ways, and it's actually interesting to see that. And on top of that, you have Baszler and Nia as floating champions for all 3, and then champions are excluded. That's for all 3 brands. That makes it a little interesting.
Yeah, that's a good call. I definitely need more women's wrestlers. So, with that in mind, I will be taking Asuka.
She's your champion.
Oh, that's right.
You forgot.
Yeah, I did. Okay, well, that made that easier. Let's go with the person that Vince supposedly has big plans for. And even though if he does, she hasn't been on Raw, so I don't know if that's true anymore. But we're going to go with Peyton Royce.
Nice. Hold on.
What's your opinion of Peyton?
Peyton's really good. Yeah. I think they were better together than apart.
Yes, I do agree with that.
The 27th pick, and this is going to go out. Do you consider these two completely connected together or separate?
It depends if I like them.
Jessamine Duke and Mia Shafir.
They would be together, I would say.
Okay. And I'm taking them, and I'll have all 4 horsewomen over the MMA on my side, considering that.
Have you taken I don't think
Rousey.
No, but have you taken you haven't taken
Baszler's as the tag champions, and you can't take her because she's roaming.
Yep. So I would only be able to get her on Raw when she's defending the title. Okay, so Shafir.
So basically now when Baszler's on SmackDown on the title, and they still and she's still roaming and stuff, that makes it a lot interesting. Now that's a stacked division, and if you had to look at it compared to NXT right now, other than taking Rhea out, SmackDown in this draft for the women's division is extremely stacked top to bottom.
Yeah. So you're taking Jasmine Duke and Marina. Okay.
Yep. I'm coming out of left field with this stuff, huh?
No, I don't know. Okay. Well, I eventually think WWE will realize their mistake and put Peyton Royce and Billy Kay back together. So I am going to take Billy Kay.
I figure you'd probably keep them. I was going to say
they should be. That was really dumb for them to split them up. Even if you want to push Peyton Royce, give her like a manager type thing, you know.
I need men. I need top tier in the future. This guy showed a lot to me, and I love his name just for the hell of it. I'm taking Dabba-Kato. That's a lot of beef, dude. On SmackDown. Think about it this way, right? You have Dabba-Kato, Keith Lee, Strowman, right?
Yep.
And then you have like people like Roman running around like rampant. You know, I have Sami Zayn as the IC champion. Think about all the possibilities. Since we're doing 30, Raw has the last pick. What is Raw's last pick?
I think you always need a really good wrestler, and these two guys are really good wrestlers. So I'm going to take the tag team of. Wait, they're the tag team champions, aren't they? Never mind. Right? Nakamura and yeah, they're. Damn it. Okay. Oh, you definitely need a good wrestler. Well, they're all good wrestlers, but you want somebody that can go if you need him to go. And so I'm going to go with, and I'm changing his name because I'm smart. We are going back to Chad Gable.
Yeah.
That Shorty G crap's that's one of the dumbest things. I love him.
All right. So I'm going to start the ticker right now, and we'll read some of the comments. I've got the ticker going. Okay. Go through everything. MC said that Florida just announced any sports franchise can do live up to full capacity.
Don't know if that's a good idea, but
yeah, I don't think it's a bright idea. It doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I think this draft went pretty good for my end. It made it a lot interesting. So I want to know what the chat thinks. So who do you guys think you would watch if it was just me and Rob? Which show between SmackDown and Raw with these draft picks you would pick? Because the post draft we're going to do right now, and with the amount of people on there, that's a lot of people. So, I mean, how do you propose we do this?
Okay, so I need to get a couple extra picks because of with the Raw roster being we're a little bit bigger. So, what we could do, for every, I think, what do you think of each, like doing two, like you doing 2 picks and then I'll do 3, and then 2, we'll do that for 10 picks. That way I can get that extra hour in there. Would that make sense?
And then what I'll do is I'll create a banner right now stating that, compensatory picks.
Well, James O'Rourke needs to be banned. MC needs to be banned.
I'm gonna do secondary picks.
I'm kidding, guys. You don't need to be banned, but they're both good shows. I think I'd watch them both. And like I said, I'm totally kidding. You guys don't need.
So these are the compensatory round. Where it's going to be called the secondary round. Save. So these is the secondary picks. So yeah, it's hard to pick between. MC says he's going to go with SmackDown. Says that it's hard to pick between the two, just because SmackDown's on Fox. I appreciate that. I wonder if Tim's still listening. I wonder what Tim thinks. It'd be interesting. Or if it would be interesting to see what everybody in our community thinks with these guys too, like Wild Boy and stuff like that, because they're very, like, Wild Boy in specific said certain things that made more sense when we were talking to him. So here we go. Second round. Actually, these are all first rounds. So why don't we do a second round and we'll do a short one for just make it fun, you know? So I'll do.
So this is where we're going to do you do 2 and then I do 3, or? Or do you want to wait on that?
I'm just clicking the second round right here. Second round tickers up. Wonder how many of these I can make. Create a new banner. Actually, I can keep going. That's great. So first pick of the second round. Why don't we just keep doing what we're doing? It's working, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I might as well take him since you have Ricochet. I'll take Apollo and I'll get my dream match that I want for my mid card, which would be Apollo versus Lee at some point.
Okay, that's a good pick. I like Apollo. All right, so
watch. This is where everybody's like, Raw kind of edges out on it.
Well, like I said, I picked a good wrestler in my last pick, and I always think good wrestlers make a good show, and you definitely need the heels that kind of aggravate you at times. So I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
And the thing is I'm glad they're putting them together still, but if the rumors are true, and it sounds like they are, if James Storm is coming to WWE, I really want him and Bobby Roode to team up again. They beer money, come on.
Let me see who's on there. I'm trying to think, because it's like, okay, the women's division is pretty stacked, and if I know I pick one more, it's going to overflow and that'll become a problem. You have Ziggler and Roode. Profits. Vikings are injured. They'll be out for a while, especially Ivar, who's going to be out for probably a year. I got the 4 horsewomen. It's because of the fact that one's floating. I might as well do this, because with the whole, if you're taking Otis, this makes more sense, because that means Otis would have to give up the Money in the Bank contract, right?
You can keep it. I don't know. I think he's going to lose it anyway, so it don't matter to me.
I'm taking Miz and Morrison, as much as I like Miz basically for what he does.
Yeah, he's like he does that annoying heel like Dolph Ziggler, but like the Miz is really good. The thing about WWE is everybody's good. Like, you're not there if you're not good. So I keep saying they're good. They're good. Of course they're good. They wouldn't be there if they're not.
James said that Victoria is rumored to come back. James Storm, Edge, etc. James, what a vet would you like to see? There's a lot of ideas out there.
Yep, and I'm gonna make my first NXT up to the main roster pick.
Okay,
Dakota Kai.
That was one of my ideas. Actually, you know what you should do? And it would bolster your roster, since mine's pretty stacked. It would be having her and Raquel or Rachel or whatever you want to call her.
I would pick her, but I think she's going to be in NXT a little bit longer. So I'm just going to go with Dakota Kai for now.
$35th pick, jeez, and I'm already done with my NXTs, which I had to figuring out. I might as well keep him, as much as him talking annoys me sometimes. I'm gonna take Matt Riddle. You want to do one more NXT pick?
Depends who you take. No, yeah. That's fine. Well, just in case you do, goodness, who? I don't. If we're picking, I think Undisputed Era is staying on Smackdown or staying on NXT. So if anything, and I don't know if this is cheating or what, but I'm going to use my pick and take Undisputed Era, but I'm keeping them on NXT for a while. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to put Undisputed Era.
Yeah, they're staying on NXT. So I'm going to use my pick to make sure they stay, and then if they end up coming up, they're mine.
Well, that's why I put in parentheses contract rates.
Yeah.
I have to have this. After this is to me is the match of the year. I want the fight pit. Give me Timothy Thatcher.
Ooh, that's good. I could actually see him going up. Well, I'm a big fan of this guy, and I really like the work he's done with Daniel Bryan. I'm going to go with Drew Gulak.
That is good because you'll keep both of them on the same brand.
Yes, sir. And just like that, I have won the war so far. No.
Okay, we'll find out what everybody in the chat thinks. So we're going straight to 60 anyway. So the 39th pick on SmackDown. Jeez. It's really tough now because we're thinning everything out.
Yeah, this is where it gets tougher. For sure.
I could tell you one thing. I ain't picking Goldberg. Oh, hell no.
I might, yeah. No, he's... Yeah, he wouldn't be on my show. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, no. You notice they put Humberto Carrillo as Dom with the tag team.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
And you could have Humberto since they are a tag team.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Considering I have to figure something out down the line with all these stories. Ooh, that's one name we haven't said. And this is a homer pick just because of the fact of the finishing maneuver he has. I'm taking Aleister Black.
Damn it. That was actually my next pick. Damn you.
So I'm going to go through all the comments right now. Morrison to NXT would be an epic. It would be epic. I agree. I'm going with SmackDown and NXT overall any day.
Okay, sorry. Well, we need to block Tim Traver. Give me 1 second. No,
I don't think you can block him. He's an admin.
You watch. I'll make it happen.
Reed said that I hope the storm comes to WWE and it'll get a live draft, guys. Help pass the time of there. We appreciate it. Gives you a little bit something. James O'Rourke says, I don't really see Dream on the main roster anytime soon. Too much controversy. I agree with that. All these great comments that you guys are enjoying this a lot. What do you think of, people, if they do the draft, passing through Dream and saying he's too much, of a problem to do anything? I mean, he was a problem when they did Tough Enough too anyway, so.
I honestly, the thing is I'm honestly surprised, really surprised. This is something, I hate saying this, but just because of the allegations and also the immaturity, even Triple H said this, I'm really surprised he's still there. I really am. So I'm going to agree with you. I don't think he'll be there anytime soon. And And he's one of those guys I don't really see, like, if they're worried about AEW picking him up, I don't think they have to worry about that. I don't think you'd be picked up, but I could be wrong, but who knows?
Your turn, bud. 40th pick.
Okay.
And if you're watching, join the chat, let us know what you think. Is, like I said, this is a special edition of the show where me and Rob decided we were going to do these picks.
Let's see.
What's up, Patty Mac? Another Patrick and around Patrick Mason. What's up, dude?
Well, I need a really good. She's really good in the ring, and I think she would be really good for my show, and I think she should stay there. I'm gonna go with because they're a tag team. I'm gonna go with the Boat, the Natalia and Lana team.
I'm just gonna call them the GOAT.
The Boat. That's the whole time. And I would actually, the one thing I would do is the Lana going through the table stuff would end. I honestly think they're doing that for whatever dumb reason. They can say what they want. I think part of that's because of Rusev. I really do. That's how petty.
This pick, I'm going to add to the women's division, but I'm going to add to my staff as well. And because if you have one, you can't go without the other. The 41th pick for SmackDown is bringing Mela Is Money with the clause, because he's already on SmackDown as a commentator, Corey Graves.
Okay. I like Corey Graves. That's fine.
Well, I mean, WWE has a habit,
Yeah.
And the reason why I said Corey Graves is because the idea I have for them is that he could eventually stop going behind the counter, and what he can end up doing is he could end up starting managing her. That would be an interesting idea.
The one thing too, and he's hinted at it, that he's kind of considered maybe trying to come back and wrestle. So I'm kind of curious if he ends up trying to do that, and if he can, good for him. That's why he went to the WWE, because he wanted to be a wrestler, and because of I think it was an injury that he couldn't. I could be wrong. But if he gets cleared, good for him. I hope that happens. Yeah, and if he's doing that, he might not be. That was just a rumor I read. So with my pick, I don't know if you've ever watched his matches outside of the WWE, but he's actually a phenomenal wrestler. Who I just wish they would let him go. Like, just let him, and I'm not saying let him go, leave the company. I'm like, just let him have some incredible matches, and that's none other than Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, with the ninjas.
Yeah, and what's funny is on Fightful, like for their roster, it says Akira Tozawa and with a bunch of goddamn ninjas.
That's what I'm putting on there.
With a bunch of, they would be gone, by the way. That crap would end.
But we're thinning it out right now. Nobody's going to touch him. I already know that. You already said it. I don't want him, but I'm going to probably have to pull the trigger on him. Because between him and Roman, let's say, for example, Moxley comes back to WWE at some point. Just to keep everything on the copacetic, I'm going to take Rollins. And that way Becky is happy, and, there's a baby father watching their kid.
And, the reason I was going to take him earlier, but the reason why I didn't was because, like I said, he's been on Raw forever. I kind of want to see him go to SmackDown. And I know that's kind of dumb for me to do, but he would have been an earlier pick. So for me, if I was going to keep him, because I think he's obviously one of the best wrestlers on the roster too. He's definitely one of the best on the mics. So that's a good pick.
I think the most interesting picks for me that people never thought of was Duke and Shafir and Dabba-Kato. That was an interesting idea. So you picked Tozawa and the Ninjas.
Yeah. Thanks. The Ninjas would be a future endeavor, by the way.
43 is me.
I think you just picked Carmella, or no? Who did you
No,
pick?
I picked Carmella before you, and then you picked the Ninjas.
Okay, sorry, I thought you said somebody else. Okay.
Well, if I have Mandy Rose on here, I might as well keep them together, considering they looked really good on Raw in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to take Dana Brooke.
You got a heavy roster there.
You got a heavy women's division, which is great because it's multiple of the tag stuff. I mean, I had originally planned to pick one NXT woman to start the entire division, but the idea of having somebody who's on the injured list probably for a year would be difficult, and that person was going to be Tegan Nox. That would be the first woman's pick if she wasn't hurt. I'm really high on Tegan.
I want a good veteran wrestler, and I'm going to take Mickie James.
A little country right there.
Yep, little country, a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll.
All right, let me go.
She's awesome too. I got to meet her in Minneapolis before a show once, and believe it or not, she was walking by a Subway that I was just coming out of, and it was the day of a house show, and I don't do autographs really, and I try to take pictures, but with wrestlers, but it was just like one of those things where it was happening so fast. I just told her I was a fan, and she's like, "Oh, I appreciate that," and she chit chat for maybe 15-20 seconds, and really nice, and I've always been a fan. So
the man that is the secondary person that's a big fan of Becky Lynch, because Anakin JNT is also, says apparently one of the ninjas is Malcolm Bivens, so you're going to give Malcolm Bivens a future endeavor?
No, he would stay. I would have to take I need to know which ninjas are under there, because some of them might be NXT. So let me say this as a side note. I would see who's under these masks, and if Stokely Hathaway, aka Malcolm Bivens, is under one of those masks, that guy is staying. He is, because I need Ricochet to have a manager, and that would be him.
So you have the 44th.
Okay. So with that,
everybody's like, this is like over an hour's worth of content right now.
It's pretty good. This is one of my better ideas, and I only get like 3 a year, so that's good.
Give you more self credit.
Well, it's debatable. Drew McIntyre's a champion, so can't go there. You know, he should be back pretty soon, and I kind of would like to watch him wrestle Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna go with. I want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jinder. Jinder Mahal.
Worst WWE champion of all time.
You know, he did his job though. He was really, I guess, hated. You know, so.
I'm trying to think. Actually, this for me would make sense. I like how he is now. I like the style when he comes out. I don't like him being in his original gear ring. What I would do is have him wrestle just in this Irish gear all the time. I'm taking the Irish ass kicker. I'm taking Sheamus, and I'm gonna make him his promo gear that he has. So what was your 44th again, by the way?
Jinder Mahal.
I'm just gonna put Jinder. And the 45th pick would be Sheamus. With the contention of him wrestling in that Irish gear from the brawl that he had with Hardy.
Yeah. You know, the one thing, all I ask about Sheamus is you give him his old theme music back. The one like, where it's like that was an amazing. I love that theme song or his entrance. I call it theme, but it, entrance. I love that. That was so good.
People are like looking at me, be like, he's not wearing a jersey. It's a nice day. I figured it'd look nice for a draft, especially the first one. Raw has the 46th pick.
Okay. You know, just in case he gets to wrestle again, I need him. I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe.
Actually, that was going to be a good suggestion because of the fact that he's multiversal.
Yeah, he can do commentary, and I love him on commentary. So Samoa Joe.
Yo, Joe, what do you know? And typing and thinking at the same time. Sometimes that doesn't work. The 47th pick in round 2. Why don't we just go to 50, considering it's a little bit over an hour right now, and this roster is extremely thin as it is with us picking. I don't want to pick Hardy because obviously him and Sammy going at it. You have AJ, so that defeats the purpose on it. I have the Usos. You know, I ain't touching Unforgotten Sons. Those are like, no. We don't know when Elias will be back, so that's kind of hard. Literally, we've gone through the whole Fightful roster for the most part that they have on there.
Yeah, there's still a few.
Yeah, very few. Because I lumped in that I don't want Truth. I ain't touching Shane. Man,
I know. Yeah, that's.
And the champions are everything else. I mean, this is very, very difficult at this point. Actually, I can't because you have Murphy, and that would be really, really weird. But I'm going to do this because since it's no wrestlers or could be possible about this, and it's our girl Hannah Moore's favorite person, I'm going to take Adam Pearce and have him be as the general manager of SmackDown full-time.
Okay. Adam Pearce.
Shout out to Hannah Moore. That roundtable she did with you and Wild Boy was awesome, by the way.
Cool. Yeah, it was fun. By
the way, if you see me looking over, I'm keeping an eye on the chat too.
Did you take Zelina?
No, because I thought you lumped her up with Garza.
Oh, did I take Garza?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean you took Andrade.
Yeah. Well, they kind of hinted that. I don't know what they're doing, but just in case, I'm going to take Vega. I'm going to use that as a pick. And I know she's married to Alistair, but these days they're not really doing anything.
They're all in the same area.
So I'm going to take Vega. I think she's awesome. So.
You need to bolster your women's line. There's one woman I could see on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that now, but
I know one woman I'm not going to touch because I wouldn't hear it from Warren. The other one I wouldn't hear from Warren. I mean, I know I said one more NXT, but if we have to get to 50, that's one way of having to go it. After this, there's 2 more picks. I'm trying to think. Well, I'm going to have to dip in NXT again. And since this is a combination right now, they're pretty hot.
Damn it.
And they both lost on Sunday, and it's
damn you. Damn you. I know you're picking that pisses me off.
Picking both the Garganos as a
son of a. That was actually my next NXT pick, you jerk. That was
that was so much love right there, you know. And then all of a sudden you go,
throw you out of here.
Oh, actually, what was your 47th? Because I have 48.
Pega.
Okay.
And
that way I get a bunch of good matches like him and Alistair again and stuff like that. You know, it makes it a little bit easier.
I get 2 NXT picks now, right?
Yeah.
2 more. Okay.
Well, how about this? Since I picked 2, I took a Selena. 48 was the Gargano, so you can take the last 2.
Because he's still well liked and he sells shirts, I'm gonna go with Rey Mysterio.
Booyaka 619. And then the last pick, because it's only fair because I picked 2 people as a group. The final pick of the 2020 WWE Draft Raw, it has.
I am going to take. She's not going to be there for a while, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take Chelsea Green. Well, you know what? I don't know if she's part of.
No, she's not.
Okay, she's not. Okay, I'm going to go with Chelsea Green. And we still got quite a bit of wrestlers. Maybe we should do another 10 rounds.
Nah, 50's fine. Because if we go deeper and deeper, it's going to get harder and harder. And we've been live for over an hour. Okay. So
let me go through the names of who we didn't pick real quick. So we didn't pick Lucha House Party. We didn't take the Forgotten Sons. We didn't take.
Nobody's going to touch for the Forgotten Sons.
Well, I would, but I'd let go of Jackson. We didn't take Nikki Cross. I don't consider Bliss Cross applesauce right now.
Well, Cross is injured anyways, right?
Yeah. Is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ron said he didn't know why he got any notifications. I don't know. YouTube does that.
Lacey Evans we didn't pick.
Mason said the Garganos was a great pick. Thank you.
Yeah, you're an awful person. Not him, you. We didn't take Corbin.
I'm not taking the greatest heel of all time and Barrett Corbin. Hell no. That King gimmick needs to go.
Well, yeah. We didn't take anybody from Lucha House Party. We didn't pick Jeff Hardy, which is weird. Dallas is still on hiatus. All the tag teams from Raw. Oh, we didn't take Bollywood. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Titus O'Neil, we didn't take. Riddick Moss, we didn't take, and that was actually going to be one of the people I almost was going to take. Angel Garza, we didn't take, and that's because I forgot about him. So
he's injured, so right now,
yeah. But for the most part, you're right. We pretty much nailed everything. We didn't take Tamina. We didn't take Lacey. I already said Lacey Evans. Yeah, we pretty much nailed it all, I think. So yeah, we wouldn't be able to get 10 in.
So I'm going to stop the tickers because we've already have everything here. So I'm going to go through the order to make it easier, but let me go through the comments first. Patrick Mason said Garnos was a good pick. Reed says, great pick. Johnny and Candace could help across the board. That's true. Ronnie said he didn't get it. He said, hey, throwback and Rob, South Florida is where the action is.
Nice.
That would, except for your state actually allowing full open people now in the state to do it. Hey, fella, Steven Jensen. What's up, buddy? How you doing? The Weekender's own Steven Jensen. How you doing, man? Thank you for coming to the show. Tim Trevor wants Corbin versus Rock. I don't think that's even worth it. But how did you guys put it in the chat? How do you guys think the draft went? I'm going to go through everything. My pick was Lee for the number 1 pick. Probably shocked a few people because champions are excluded. AJ was on Raw. I took Sasha. I forget who your 4th pick was.
My 4th pick was, I went with the New Day.
Yeah. Then I didn't type it all the way through. 5th pick, I took Bronson Reed from NXT. He went New Day. Actually, he went New Day at 6 too. I think you just split them up and you took E. Rhea was 7, aka Android 18. Bianca to Raw. Usos to SmackDown. Daniel Bryan to Raw. Becky to SmackDown. Charlotte to Raw. Orton to SmackDown. Andrade. All the tickers are pretty much accurate on all the picks. So, I mean, leave a comment in the chat. Let us know who do you guys think is going to be the best show out of both of us, because I mean, right now it's interesting to see how things go.
Yeah, and I had a blast. It was fun. Can't wait to do it next year.
Leave a comment in the description. Tap the bell for notifications. Seems like, according to what I've been seeing, is that the notifications haven't happened. Which show do you guys prefer? Do you prefer Rob's Raw or my SmackDown? Just leave the comments on the bottom. Give the video a thumbs up. This was actually fun doing. We also tried a new program from StreamYard. Sean Sapp suggested it, and I'm actually digging it. It's a lot easier than having to do, YouTube, use NDI and all that stuff. It makes it a little easier. But I'm excited to see what's going on. But yeah, leave a comment. The show last night was awesome. So what did you get to see last night's show, Rob?
I got to watch half of it. I'm going to do the other half right probably in about 20 minutes before the list and your boy starts here. At what time do they start? 2 or 3 or Eastern time? What do they start? 3?
I don't know, but it's
yeah.
I'm
going to watch it. So
I'm going to watch it, and I have an electrician showing up in about an hour and a half. That's a different story there. But like I said, leave a comment, guys. Much love. Thank you to everybody that showed up. Tim Trevor, Patrick Mason, Reed, Joe, James. I mean, sorry, the Weekender's own Steven Jensen, which is an honor for him to show up. Go, by the way, check out his Twitch stuff. Him playing Fall Guys is awesome, and him and Jesse do a really good job on their shows too. Tim says it's at 3, they think. Go to Fightful, go to the List of Your Boy after this. It's going to be a fun day. We've got the Wednesday Night Wars also tonight. I'm excited to see what happens also. But just do a good deed, pay it forward, and yeah.
Also, before we go, I just want to give a shout out to Optimus Prime wherever he is. I miss you. I love you. You are the man, and you are indeed real in my heart. That's all.
All right, bye guys. Just be good, and hope you enjoyed the draft. And until next year, we'll figure something out. Hey, maybe we'll do NFL draft next year.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, maybe we could. By the time maybe we could have like Steven Jensen join us and stuff like that, or everybody else. So,
yes.
All right, guys.
Twitch. Our wrestlers are allowed on Twitch. They are definitely allowed on Twitch. That is for sure.
Yes, that's 100% correct. Other than that, do a good deed, pay it forward. Check out the video with Wild Boy last night. The audio is going to be dropping off at noon on Saturday with Anakin JMT. I'm already starting to edit that. So here's a good question, Rob. Do you think since his name's Anakin, I should use the Star Wars march at the end of the show?
I don't know. That little kid was annoying as hell.
Anyways,
I actually met him in Chicago too at a Comic-Con. He was actually kind of nice, but no, don't do that. Anakin sucks in Star Wars. Granted, he's Vader, but that kid should have been gone. So that's why I wasn't a Jedi, because I would have taken him out.
Yeah, I would have been a Sith. But like I said, hit the like, comment, subscribe, pass the word. This was fun, and I think I'm actually digging, StreamYard, and I might end up, picking up the monthly subscription instead of paying the large amount for it. But that way I can have 6 people on. Can you imagine 6 people on this show?
It'd be kind of fun. Well, that roundtable show that you do would be really cool.
That would be interesting, yeah. But I hope you guys have a good day. Go check out Listen Your Boy. Go check out Steven Jensen's show, also on Twitch. It literally, when he goes on, I'll sit there and watch and just talk to him about all that stuff. But it's really good. Have fun, guys. It's a Wednesday night wars tonight. Listen Your Boys coming right down the pike, and then we'll just all have fun.
And I'll be covering AEW tonight on Fightful. So
see, you get some insight.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.